Which one is the better voice assistant? Is it Apple's Siri or is it the Google Assistant? Following on from a 2020 version of this video from Mr. Who's the Boss and one from Marques Brownlee himself. And just before we get our hands on iOS 15 and Android 12, in this video I'm going to ask each assistant 60 questions, and if they produce a satisfactory answer, it gets 1 point. If it doesn't give me a good response or it takes ages, it won't get a point. Nice and simple. So let's start with the math section. 26 times 25. 26 plus 25 times 26. Now divide that by 5. Now multiply that by 95. Convert 25 ounces to grams. Okay, now we're going to see how good the assistants are at controlling their own devices. Turn Wi-Fi off. Increase screen brightness by 5%. Change my wallpaper. Turn on dark mode. It is pretty head and head so far, to be fair, so now let's just ask some general internet queries. Most of the stuff that we actually ask day to day on our phones on a day-to-day basis. What's the weather today? What's the weather tomorrow? What's the weather this time next week? Play Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. Tell me a fact about Rick Astley. Who is the current US president? How tall is he? Does Joe Biden have children? What's Tesla's stock price? What time does Frankie and Benny's close? Show me restaurants in London. Show me the highest rated Chinese restaurants in London. What's the COVID status in my area? Did England win the Euros? Call Theatre Royal in Winchester. Make a reservation at the Theatre Royal in Winchester. Show me Jackie Chan movies. Tell me more about Rush Hour. How much did the film gross? What actors are in it? That is the general web search done. Things are kind of getting a little bit tasty here now. But now we're going to look at using voice control to control inside of apps like on each phone and see how they stack up. Show me photos from 2020. Show me photos of cars from 2020. Set an alarm for 9 AM tomorrow. How far is it to New York from New Jersey? Can you give me the directions? Open the camera and take a selfie.
Okay, get ready.
Send it to James Aslet on WhatsApp.
Here you go.
Play a song on YouTube. Write a tweet. Search Twitter for Marques Brownlee. Send an email to Nigel Moore.
Sorry, who do you want to email?
Okay, getting through them. And now a general miscellaneous question section. What's my name?
Your name is Pete.
That's not how you pronounce it.
Let's pronounce that's not.
Remind me to pick up the keys in 10 minutes.
Got it.
Delete that reminder.
Okay, I cancelled the reminder.
Do you have any pets?
Maybe someday.
Tell me something good.
Here are some details.
Show me an inspirational piece of music.
On Spotify.
Recommend me a great vacation spot.
These came back from a search.
Start a timer for 5 minutes.
Sure, 5 minutes. And that's starting.
Stop that timer.
You can do that in the app.
Open the App Store, search Uber and install the first app. And because I love my home automation so much, let's try some home automation commands. Turn on the boys' room lights and make them blue.
Alright, changing 6 lights to blue.
Turn on the lights in the kitchen.
Sure, turn it on.
Now turn them off.
Alright, turning.
Play songs by Muse in the boys' room.
Got it. Playing the Spotify playlist called Muse on Boys Room.
Watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on Netflix.
I looked for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 on Netflix, but it either isn't available or can't be played right now.
Is my garage open?
The smart garage door opener and the garage door, main channel are closed.
Is my front door locked?
The front door, current lock mode is locked.
What's the temperature in the spare room?
Heating is set to 18 degrees.
And finally, a rap battle. Rap for me.
I'm inside a machine, so I can't technically breathe, but that doesn't mean that we can't achieve. I'm here to assist, if you get my drift, so let's have a nice time. I hope you like my rhyme.
And so, there we have it from the test with Google scoring higher than Apple's voice assistant. But what I have learned, which still mirrors what Mr. Who's the Boss found on his test in 2020 and Marques in 2017, is that whilst Apple is very good, it just still isn't as good as Google. For example, ask Siri to show you any show on Netflix and it struggles. Instead showing you some like Apple TV list of shows first, even though it tells you that it's only available via Netflix. And that's not to say because you can't open Netflix, because, well, you can open Netflix with just your voice. And that just leaves us with Google, which, given that I'm an Apple fanboy, is really impressive. It's really fast, like seemingly much faster than Siri in some cases, and you can talk to it with contextually aware sentences, which means you can just like continue a near conversation without having to repeat what or who you're talking about. It is still improving year on year, like absolutely, and it will be interesting to rerun this test when both iOS 15 and Android 12 both hit general release. Do consider subscribing if you found this video useful, that would be absolutely amazing. Next up, watch this comparison of the best cloud storage you should be using for all of your photos, or watch this one which YouTube thinks you will like the most. And thanks, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.